Hello, Chipmunk and Chipit fans, and including every Seiki Tunes viewer that is and part of my channel. My name is Seiki Tori, and today I'm going to do another video. And this time, it'll be a brand new segment. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe when I'll try ADD to something else. It's called the Nickelodeon Retrospective. You see, back in 2015, Nickelodeon wasn't doing well in ratings. They only had SpongeBob SquarePants, which is their only good show back then. At this time, Nickelodeon was looking for a game changer that would beat SpongeBob's ratings, much in the vein like Fairly OddParents and the new Ninja Turtles reboot at the time. And they acquired it. And that show would definitely be about a familiar band you might heard of. That's correct, people. I'm talking about the 2015 reboot of Alvin and the Chipmunks. Or, as the title says, Alvin and the Chipmunks. And yes, this is basically just a CGI reboot of the original Alvin and the Chipmunks cartoon that aired on NBC back from 1983 to 1990. And this show was basically at the time when reboots were getting high, with cartoons such as Bob the Builder, Inspector Gadget, and Danger Mouse having their reboots in the same year as well. And Alvin and the Chipmunks was no exception when it comes to this. I mean, at the same time when the reboot was coming out, the franchise had its last film out, which was Alvin and the Chipmunks for the Road Chip. And we all know how that shit turned out to be.
Intolerant. When Theo eats that much cheese, he just can't hold them in. Pizza dudes, ain't no fighting.
In the original show, the Chipmunks and the Chipettes, and of course Dave, dealt with some problems throughout the show, such as rivalry and romance, and of course death, which can be explained by one episode in the original. I hate to see the Chipmunks cry. And that's what they definitely kept for the reboots. The Chipmunks have their own moments, like Alvin tickling Brittany, and etc. I also have a love and hate relationship of the show back in the day when it was still airing. And yes, that would lead me to become an Alvin and the Chipmunks fan in the first place. After seeing those live-action movies on both Cartoon Network, the main Nick channel, and of course, the Disney Channel. Lol. I couldn't believe myself. Seeing how the original Alvin and the Chipmunks inspired this reboot was actually mind-blowing. Because originally, Alvin and the Chipmunks was a virtual band created by the late Ross Bagdasarian Sr., aka Dave Seville. That was his stage name. And originally was a band that did appear on the animation but sound, which led to the creation of the Alvinnn Show that aired on CBS in 1961. And basically, from what I could tell, this show was good. It had good song segments and of course funny scenes. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons. Some of the episodes are just a bit jarring than others, but it falls on the titular basics. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore always have an everyday problem, and sometimes solve it with their own. And sometimes when Alvin messes up, every episode ends with Dave Seville or any character for the show yelling his name. And one of the funniest scenes in the episode, The Desert, is this one, in my opinion.
Okay, that's it. I tried to warn you, but you didn't listen. So now we gotta do it the hard way. That's right. Take that. Some sand in your face.
Leonard, relax. He's new.
Hey, Jerry, why don't you mind your own business, huh? I don't need this, okay? I'm already at my wit's end with 20 screaming babies. More sand. Have that. Some sand in your face. Yeah, that's fun, huh?
Cute moments, which you can call it cute, does exist in this show. In fact, in my opinion, the clips that I'm showing you right now is definitely cute. I mean, pink and green does go together, right?
Alvin doesn't think it's so bad. How could you say that? Oh, Theodore, I can't even imagine a life without Simon.
Hold on. What does this remind me of again? Some of the songs in this show are freaking awesome, such as the theme song itself, We're the Chipmunks, I See You, All For You, You Gotta Be Cool, Mr. Manners, Run the One Way, The Weekend, and Ring-a-Ding are peak. Also, some of the songs can be much peaker as well, such as this one right here. But the one thing about this show was the hate. And there was one thing that people hated the most about this series, besides the CGI animation. And we all owe it to one person.
Alvin!
In the original, Alvin Seville was the leader of the group, and of course the frontman of the band. You can easily relate to him and how he was a good character in the original 1983 cartoon by Ruby Spears and the Entertainment. But in the 2015 reboot by Technicolor Animation and Nick, it definitely ruined his character. I mean, in episodes like these, yeah, I'm just showing you some clips and I'm too lazy to do some. I would definitely just try to compile up how bad Alvinnn did in those episodes. Not being forced to go to school? It was Alvinnn. Sending both his brothers and Dave to a vacation house which is spooky? Alvinnn. Rebooting Talking Teddy and forcing Theodore to do chores? It was Alvinnn. Sneaking into Simon's laboratory without permission and making a clone of himself? Yeah, it was Alvinnn. Get your butts ready for the worst part ever. Alvinnn and his brothers filming Dave getting hurt, then Dave noticing all the notifications on his phone. Then Dave spots them, and who caused all this? Well, let the people say it for you.
Alvin! Alvin! Alvin!
Alvin!
And whenever Alvinnn gets punished, he basically gets grounded by Dave Seville or would do chores like washing the dishes. Yeah, that would be very typical for a kid who gets in trouble. And just like this scene right here that I'm playing on the screen right now, Dave definitely grounds Alvin Seville for inviting neighbors for no reason. But sometimes in every episode, he usually never learns something from his mistakes and always does something stupid in the next episode. And no longer takes responsibilities for his actions, or make a stupid excuse or blame it on someone else. And also, you know what his character reminds me of now?
Locked in the changing rooms.
What? How did that happen?
It's all my fault.
Norman Price? Go to hell!
The reboot first premiered on the French network M6 in the French language, and never made its English debut until it aired on Nick Jr. of all people in the UK. It still baffles me. And then aired on Nickelodeon in the United States in August 3rd of that year. And it quickly became one of Nickelodeon's most popular shows next to SpongeBob, The Loud House, and the new Ninja Turtles reboots. And Fairly Odd Parents as well. Yeah, this was back when Fairly Odd Parents was going to a major downfall. So basically, It became one of Nickelodeon's most popular shows. It was around that time they started to add the characters in every video that they made back then, in which includes the Labor Day promo.
Labor Day weekend. Now watch me whip. Kill it. Now watch me nay-nay. Okay.
Just give me the sponge!
Originally, such SpongeBob was actually Nick's property around this time, and other shows kind of escaped the purge of it. Well, the show and SpongeBob itself had a marathon of the last week of 2015. And let me just do some more honorable mentions before I talk about the decline of the show.
Bonus!
The designs were based off of the Alvin and the Chipmunks game, I'm Monk. It's now lost and forgotten, but I hope some Alvin fans may remember it. And originally, there were some pitch pilots and pilot trailers for the show that would be pitched to broadcasters. It was animated at Technicolor Animation, which is now Micros. And now, back to the video.
Alvinn!
Coming, Dave!
In June of 2022, the show aired the remaining episodes of Season 5 on the main Nick channel, and left the channel soon after. This was the point where Alvin and the Chipmunks have gone downhill at this time around, since the viewership has gone rock bottom and Nickelodeon saying, fuck it, let's just move the show to Nicktoons. And this is at its point where the show is at its wit's end. And then aired the last 6 episodes on the Nicktoons channel right before the simulcast of the Kids' Choice Awards of that year. And according to this statement, the reason why this show was cancelled is because of the Syrians, yes, the creators of the Chipmunks franchise, and now the owners of the franchise, are still coming up with the next big idea. The show's best days were behind it, because the landscape back then was well suited for it. Now with Nickelodeon having in-house animated IPs for Paramount Plus, despite these two being canned and purged, as well as indie animation projects such as the Amazing Digital Circus being trending, it was stuck as a rock in the hard place. The reboot was trying its best as it can at this point. And it wasn't for to argue that it wasn't going to last. Well, it goes without saying that I grew up with this show. I remember watching it all the time on both Nickelodeon and Nicktoons. I also remember owning plush dolls of the characters, and I have yet to collect some of them. And I also collecting some figures too. The show was loved and hated by Chipmunk fans and everyone. Despite it not streaming on Paramount Plus anymore, it's available to stream on Netflix. And I love it. I watched every episode on the site so I can check out what I miss. Seeing the show was like a mixed bag of treats. It wasn't just the worst show of CGI reboots, unlike Fireman Sam. This show will forever go down in the history books as one of the shows as meh. It tried to be great, and it did. And that's why we should all
I'm gonna say it. Alvin!